What is up? If there's anybody watching this, it's your host, think of a name, Josiah. And man, oh man. So I just listened to Ice Spice's album, and let me just start off by saying I finished the album front to back while picking up my son from school, and my son's school isn't even a 5-minute drive away. So in the time for me getting to the school, waiting in line to grab my kid who's covered in water, chocolate, and Sharpie markings to him finally sitting in my car, I finished the project. This project is shorter than any poop session I've ever had. And speaking of poop, what the is with all these rappers speaking about their chocolate fondue fountain?
Ice cream, scooping, shitting, pooping, shitting, pooping.
What you smoking? Uncle Snoop. It smell like gas. I think somebody pooped.
Think you the shit? You not even the fuck.
I mean, if we're gonna stick to New York's trip to Browntown bars, I don't think anybody takes the cake better than Ice Spice herself, with a whole song dedicated to the aroma that secretes from their anal canal after a full itis-inducing meal. Fabio might be a close second, but I mean, we've got rappers all over the place talking about farting, and pooping, and that's been going on since 80s and 90s. But my God, this album Y2K. Okay, let's start off with some positives. Ice Spice as a person, as a brand, and as an entertainer, she's smooth. I haven't seen anything that would cause me to hate on her or just dislike her as a person, or that would make me want to defecate on her body of work, regardless of how slow and monotonous or anything it could be. And I'm not very hip to Ice Spice, so I wasn't following the rollout or anything. I know she was supposed to be in a relationship with the Mandem Central C, which is
Alright.
okay, cool, but maybe that was just for promo or whatever. I'm not sure. I seen a few clips of Kai and Lil Yachty reacting to her song with Travis Scott, trying not to laugh or smile. Okay, cool. But what made me interested in actually checking out this album, because I didn't know she released the album, which makes sense why I started seeing her on TikTok and on Kai's stream, is because I was hearing a bunch of skippity rippity poopity doopity scoopity bars on TikTok of people making slights and taking jabs at Ice Spice. And it made me want to see what all the chatter was about. And I swear, you fart yourself and the album is done. No bullshit. Clocking in at just 23 minutes with 10 tracks, there's no hint of a Y2K theme from the cover art, beat selection. I mean, we got a Sean Paul sample, which was not done justice at all. From poots to pooping and just bland, generic, rinse and repeat flow that she's had since 2022. I just couldn't take it. 20 minutes felt like 40 at some points. And with the album, you can clearly tell she had writers all over this. There's no way that Ice Spice is stringing together some of these bars that are still poor, by the way, with writers, but I know she's not penning them. Where the frustration comes in is that I'm not setting the bar high at all. Okay? So for my bar to be not high and you still miss it, it makes me want to pull out a dread or two. So if something is bad or genuinely just god awful, bro, there's definitely something wrong with the project. I mean, there's a few beats that were cool here and there, but it just felt like a bunch of singles she made within a week and threw them all on a project and said, here. Why have us, the consumers, wait so long for this? If I'm not mistaken, she's mentioned dropping this album and preparing for this album since forever ago. This Travis Scott feature was such a waste of a verse, and I'm so tired of Travis doing these mainstream bop-ass songs. Holy freaking guacamole. To Gunna's forgettable verse, Central C was the only decent verse out of the whole project. I mean, from Spices and everything. I can't expound on these childish bars enough. These bars sound like they were written by a child whose homeroom has 2 teachers and 1 letter on the door. No numbers, just a letter. And it's only like 4 kids in the class. If you know that type of classroom, you know what I'm going for here. Like, come on. Like, listen to this bar. No rock, no scissors, just getting that paper. Bitch is always on my Pauly D. Send them back like the cabs are here. First off, that is so disrespectful to such a classic, iconic show that it genuinely made me mad. Like, I can't stress to you enough how I was sitting in the car waiting for this godforsaken line to move for me to pick up my kid, listening to Ice Spice lackluster bars literally had me balling up my fist. I was doing the Arthur fist ball in my car. This 20 minutes dragged on and on and on. Am I tripping? Maybe it's because I'm already not a fan of New York drill. I won't go as far as to say as I hate it, but it's just bland to me. Every flow is the same, every beat sounds the same, every ad lib. New York drill is just not it for me. But before y'all start flaming me in the comments, I got into rap via New York artists, with 50 Cent, being one of the oldest ones. But if we're talking newer ones, the most notable being Pop Smoke, TJ's Cool, a few A Boogie tracks. But I mean, back to the point, Christ almighty, man, this isn't an album review, but I just had to get my 2 cents off. It's been 2 years since Munch came out. Maybe not exactly 2 years, but Munch came out in 2022. We're just now getting a freshman album. There's no real interviews of Ice herself. I mean, I just seen a clip where Kai asked her to freestyle and she just twerked instead. Like, telling me your ass by shaking ass is crazy. And people, I'm not a woman rapper hater. In fact, I tried my absolute hardest to not rock with Sexy Red, but I just came to the conclusion that she's legit a female Chief Keef. Sexy Red has bangers, and I wasn't too proud to admit that at first. But same thing with Ice Spice. She has bangers, but they're not album material. It just, again, it sounds like she just took a bunch of songs that they were probably smoking to, and it sounded like a good bop, and they were like, oh, you think this could be on the album? And whoever was like, yeah, like, I'm jacking that, or whatever y'all New York niggas say. Like, she was like, yo, you jacking that? He was like, yeah, I'm jacking that shit. Like, I'm jacking that shit so hard. Like, word too? You want to go to the deli after this? No disrespect. I'm just playing. But again, it's just not album material. Or maybe it's just because I'm not her audience. I don't know who this music is supposed to be catering to. And it's not like, I think Ice is maybe, like a year or two younger than me. How old is she? Let me see. Okay, yeah, she's 23, and then because Y2K, of course, she named the album on the year she was born, so she's 23, and I'm just not, it's just not hitting for me, and it's not the fact that female artists don't hit for me, because, again, you got, like, Sexy Red, I rock with Lotto, Heavy, Tia Kareen is fire, Anicia is fire, Caribou is fire, R.I.P. Crete. But, I mean, what do y'all think? Am I bugging or what? Like, I just feel like Ice Spice, as a creator and as a person and as a woman, I guess she's great. But in the past couple years that she's been out, I feel like we haven't seen or heard anything significant, or she hasn't made as big of a splash as a Sexy Red. Like, Sexy Red, not only did she come out being like the roach of rap, the roach of female rap, but she persevered, and I don't know, maybe it's Sexy Red's beats, but like, I can get behind Sexy Red's music a lot more than I can get behind Ice Spice, even though Ice Spice is supposed to have the sex appeal and Sexy Red doesn't, is what general consensus is. But y'all let me know in the comments, am I bugging? Were y'all feeling the album? Do y'all plan on even listening to the album? Why did I listen to it? I don't know. I just wanted to see what all the poop jokes were about, and I mean, it's full of them. Like, the album is full of them. So, y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think. With that being said, y'all have an amazing day or night whenever y'all watching this. I'm out.